Punch it, Chewy.
Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding. Satan's kiss, the devil riding, in a tight red dress, bring you to bliss. Blood on your face, a little lipstick, inhale deep, her perfume has a kick. Got a rock in the hips, cracking the whip, arrows dipped in the darkest of venoms. Hail Satan, you'll have a trip. Don't hit too much, just an itsy bit. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. It is my distinct pleasure on initiating Apocalypse tonight. On this special night when the moon looks like the eyes of the Medwa. Oh God, isn't that gorgeous? They said, what color were her eyes? The color of the blood moon. Oh God, who is this Phoebe? Who is this prophetess we are talking about tonight? It is my distinct pleasure, congregation and world, to introduce you to the red heifer. Oh God. Oh God, they're looking. They're looking right now. They're looking. But we'll get to that. We'll get to the looking. Swim through the theology. We'll get to the red heifer, rabbis, priests, every one of them right here. Ground zero. Gorgeous eyes. Love it. Phoebe, let's hit it. Oh, it's going to be good tonight, people. Because it's also just a real messed up situation that we're going to be able to correct tonight. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, before we watch a little film, I want you to look tonight at a purifying source. I usually don't throw the Greek right in your face, but this is an oracle. This is an oracle. I dug it up. And where did I find it right now? Listen, people, you go online and you're looking for courses and they've got somebody taking money out of your pants. And the problem is you miss the actuality. And the actuality is just sitting there in an oracle that we've had preserved. How long have we been talking about oracles? And finally, on this night, we can bring Phoebe forward and show you an oracle. Are you ready? Who do we have to? Did we have to torture any ghost to get this one? Yes, we did. You know we did. It's John Littis. It's John. Thank you, John. Here, put it out there. You know you love it, baby. Oh, yeah. John Littis, people. Real sources. Now, I want to get you to that. I want to get you to the point that you can look into this, right? The idea, people, look, I'm sorry. Let me explain myself. The devil, almond table business. Take this. Throw it in their eyes. Purge them. I was like, are you sure? He's like, do you want me to show you? And I was like, no, I get it. And here we are. Are you ready, people? Give me this oracle. This is the first time. Has anybody seen an oracle? We've been talking about oracles for the longest time. And if you're going to talk about the red heifer that right now is making an industry, thanks to a Texas cattleman and his red heifers in Jerusalem with the Temple Institute. Here's an oracle to clean us. Ego Amy. Oh my God, look who it is. It's Yahoo again. It's Jehovah. It's Hashem. Because they said I am. No, it's merely just I am the Korah. The many-formed Korah. She who is the Uranian, bull-faced, three-headed, and not so nice user of the golden arrows, Phoebe. Who are we talking about? We're talking about one of the earliest oracles. Technically, she's in the line of the oracles, third maybe, right? God, do they understand this is where everything is coming from? I told him. Give it to him. Give me back the oracle. Let me finish that. Who is Phoebe, people? Now, this is apirotechne, without bound skilled, right? This is a special term used. We have special words to describe this oracle, right? This oracle, very, very famous, right? In antiquity, fantastic. And what else is she? She is the bringer to mortals of the light, Aletheia, right? Who is she? She's the one who brings birth. Wait a minute. Oh, God, do you see Iohira? Where are we? Black Sea, people. Black Sea with Scythians and Greeks. Oh, God, you're going to get such a sexy plate tonight. Scythians, Greeks interacting, and it's going to talk about their language, building temples. Oh, God, it's gorgeous. Now, I just want you to see there's a mystery here to finish scouring out your eyeballs. Look at the bottom line. Oh, what does she do? She bears that triple formed lock and key of the triadic elemental universe. Oh, God. I said, see what I mean? I'm like, okay, you with me, congregation? Wait, what? They transformed to nerd. And the Greek stuff does this, people. Turned into nerd there, took a ride at Albuquerque and ended up with this. And so now it's difficult, but we planted it in your head. Don't worry. That's why they give you a sedative at first. Give me the next one, and then we're going to go to the clip. By the way, hello, congregation, triple form. Yes, people are picking it up. You nerds, you get it every time. I know you do. Yes, really quick, we need to throw that in their face. Are you ready? You may do some images. Throw this in your face. Here, people. Are you ready? Some more purification. What has she got going on there? Oh. People, I'm going to bewitch you right now. Are you ready for a bewitching? We're talking about the yunks, right? We're talking about what? We're talking about that voice. The voice of the pipe, the shout, the screaming, the terror-inducing screaming, and the mind bewitching, the mind melding. We don't have a word in English. As you can see, I'm struggling. The mind bending power. Oh, God. The mind bending power. That Jung's is also, right? This poor thing is so mistreated. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It becomes the voice. And what is it? It's a form of a musical instrument with which the drug-using ladies bring somebody to the point of sexual intercourse. You know what I mean? It is. The Yunks is Eros. You understand? The bird, right? The bird that they use to create the music. And who's the they here? It's the witches again, the pharmakides, right? What is a witch? A witch, you don't know what a witch is. You don't know. A witch is a potentiated woman. Oh, God. Back to the Scythians. Do you understand? We're going to see them. We're going to see them tonight, and they're explaining all this and the Christing that's involved to bring somebody to this point. Oh, the woman's craft. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. Gets me all excited to see the real history. I'm like, oh, yummy. Right? Does anybody else say yummy? Satanic congregation. Give me, yeah, let's go ahead. Sure, hit it. And Satanic congregation, while we're making our way here on our field trip today, I want you to please, look, people, I'll give you the red heifer, right? I'm telling you, the rabbis, the Orthodox folk in Jerusalem right now with the Temple Institute, they're looking. They think they've got some from Texas. They got some cows from Texas. From an evangelical in Texas. I'm sorry, that's impolite. Almond for your buttocks. Why? Oh, good. Let's get back on target here. Yeah, give me the article, Chewy. Fantastic. Satanic congregation, please keep letting Chewy know. She loves to put up your responses. You know what I mean? Look at this. This is from the Messianic Prophecy Bible Project. Fantastic reporting, guys. Thanks. The red heifer in the third temple in the end time prophecy. Do you understand where we're going? We're opening up a gate here with prophecy is what we're doing. We're opening up. Look, there's Jerusalem in the background, Temple Mount, right? Temple Mount, under which those Templars dug down and they found the Baphomet. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. What happened? What's the article saying? Look, here's a mock model of the temple in Jerusalem. Too many. Today, many of the preparations for the third temple have already been completed, including the sacred worship vessels and priestly garments to be worn by the Levites and temple servants. See, they've rebuilt. They've created what they needed, right, in order to perform what they extrapolated. Right? That's why they're looking for cows. Fantastic. As well, over 500 young Jewish men descended from the tribe of Levi have been trained as temple priests to fulfill their duties of worship, sacrifice. Serious stuff, people. Serious stuff. Can somebody... I got one more of those, Chewy. Oh, look at that. That's one red cow at least. Right? That's nice. Are we going to look at red cows? Are we going to look at red cows tonight? Yeah, I'm going to show you in the language where this is coming from and how foolish. It makes the tradition look that thinks that the Septuagint is a translation of a Hebrew Torah. That's absolutely ridiculous, and it creates a world. It creates a world that is controllable and malleable, but is not an historical world. And the language shows us. Fantastic. Now, and how do we get there? With the red heifer. Do you understand? With the red heifer. Now, you be quiet. Classroom, you be quiet. We're about to watch film. But you be quiet. I'll spank you. I will spank you all. Oh, what would you do if your teacher said that to you? You'd come back for more. You know what I mean? But the temple service can't begin without the para aduma. The red heifer. What does a cow? Now that's Hebrew, of course, right? What does a cow have to do with rebuilding a holy temple? That's what I'm sure everybody's asking. It would make sense if they knew what it really was, but doesn't. How could a simple animal play a vital role? Okay, now let me guess. You're going to give us reasons that we can have faith in you. God's word. There we go. Fantastic. States that only the red heifer can restore the biblical purity needed to rebuild. No, that's not what it says. That's totally not what it says at all. Well, look at what it says, right? We'll look at what it says. Don't worry. Yeah. Then Eleazar the priest is to take some of its blood on his finger and sprinkle it 7 times toward the front of the tent of meeting. Fantastic numbers. We'll look at that, right? An unblemished, pure red heifer is the key ingredient in temple worship. Do you remember the calf? Right, here's the story from the 3rd century in the Greek. They come out, right, of Egypt into the desert, right? These monists, these newly forged monists. And what do? They make a calf, an image of a calf, right? And everybody, oh, yes, everybody looks and everybody thinks cow, 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 cow. You know what those Greeks are doing? They're not thinking cow, 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 cow. They're thinking Io. They're thinking Io. They're listening to the chorus of the Daughters of Ocean. Now, you wouldn't know what all that stuff is, but it was very, very, very popular, widespread cult. Fantastic. And you're going to see the red heifer tonight, and I can't wait for you to see her. I can't wait for you to see her. Sit back, ladies and gentlemen of Satanic Congregation, because tonight we're looking at the heifer straight in her gorgeous, gorgeous eyes. Give me a clip, Chewy. Watch this, people.
And in the studio, and I wanted to give an update on the red heifers because there's been some developments, and again, we want to stay current and up to date on all the news. And let me just give a little bit of background for this because, again, the Bible, Numbers 19, discusses the red heifers, and it discusses the ways in which they are needed for temple use or tabernacle use in that regard. And so as you can see here on the back, I just finished a brand new updated edition of The Mystery of the Red Heifer. So that just came out March 4th. You can certainly get it on Prophecy Watchers. But what I did in there is I gave the whole background because this ceremony and the potential for the ceremony is not going away. As we know, it's in the news. It was in the news with Hamas. It was in the news before that, going back to September 15th of 2022, when 5 cows showed up from a ranch in Texas.
Fantastic. So I hope that came out. Make everything fantastic. Jesus, everything good. Now, look, people, this is taking it serious, dude. This guy has already reissued one edition of his books. He's got it. How much was it? I didn't remember how much it was, but he was making it there. He was making it there. Oh, it reminds me of the brothel and the brothelians. It's gorgeous, isn't it? But they have it. They have a saying from the Middle Ages. I don't remember where it was that I saw this, but the devil will throw coins. 3 coins out in front of him, bing, 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 just to see if you'll pick them up. Yeah, just to see if you'll pick them up. Do you understand? This is not a game, man. This is not a game. Lord of the underworld. There's no game. There's no gaming. This is real, people. It's right in your face. If you want to go out to the pasture and you want to spend some time with a sure to be very confused heifer about what's going on. You know what I mean? They got on the airplane. Their life was great on the ranch in Texas. You know what I mean? Open range. Next thing you know, they're getting jammed on an airplane. I don't know. Shot over there in a rocket or something. Maybe a giant cruise. Put them on there with the folks. The folks with the, no, it's okay. Get them a room, big room. Get those cows over there. And those poor heifers, when they got there, they're like, what? Now somebody found some white hairs. Boom. You're out of here. Do you understand? Okay. This is what's going on. Why is that going on? From a very specific phrase that is found in the Torah, in the Septuagint, in the Greek, the oldest form. It's very explicit. It's very explicit. I just want to take you there. I want to take you there, and I want to remind you that for us to say heifer, right? For us to say the young, springing animal that is getting ready to be able to produce, but it's not quite there. Oh, God. We understand because we have oracles. People, you can read it. You can actually read these texts. It's gorgeous what they're talking about. And when you set that next to the fairy tale, the theologians and the biblical scholars and those people will have you to believe. It's amazing. It's a crime to see them. It's a crime to see it happen, right? We're going to see some actual editing, right? People just editing a text. Give me that first text, Chewy. Run up. Let's go. People, nobody wants the friggin' book, right? Right? Do not, congregation, do not. Look, you're not buying anything from me. Nobody here, good, I'm glad that's up. Nobody here has bought a hat from me or a shirt or a cup. Nobody. Is there any merchandising? Absolutely not. Right? Oh, cowgirls, get the blues. I love it. I love it. Was that Nancy? I thought it was Nancy. Fantastic. Hello, Nancy. Oh, Nancy, you blew my... Nancy walked in the room. My gaze went from focus to Nancy. And there she was. And I'm looking at Nancy. I'm looking at Nancy. It's nice. It's nice, right? Nancy, gorgeous, gorgeous job. Oh, God. By the way, Nancy is one of the people who has been all the way through the Greek intensive program, and she has worked very diligently in a Greek reading group, looking right into Lucian's ass. Oh, I'd love to say that, Nancy. I'd love to say that. Thank you so much. Nancy also likes to look at the music stuff, too. It's kind of nice. Hello, Nancy. She's like, oh, I didn't want to be that there. People, who are we looking at tonight? We're looking at the heifer. What? Right? The damalis. And what is it? It's from the word damazo. So I'm going to show you what that verb, remember, Greeklings, right? Remember, these words, they're deriving them primarily from the verbs. Right? The actions are driving. So they say here, young cow or heifer. Now look at number 2 underneath that. Right? A girl. Young cow, heifer. Right? A pre-calved cow. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's why. Girl. Girl. Do you understand? Remember, very agriculturally minded people. Very down to earth, agriculturally minded people. Now, I didn't say they were stupid. Right? They're building gorgeous temples. Oh, we're going to see some tonight. I'm bringing the Scythian ladies in. You're getting a treat. Everybody here is getting to see the Scythian ladies. Oh, they will kick your backside. By the way, to the man whose son diligently watches me, you know who you are. Thank you. I'm glad you get it. I'm glad you do. Thank you for following me. I appreciate it. I really do. Let's go back. Let's go back from Nancy to the people who are, who are in there with us. You know what I mean? In this vortex of reality. It's absolutely gorgeous. Give it to me, the next one. What is this? Here's the actual verse. That's the one that we have coming up. Now, people, this is new. Oh, that's this one. Yeah, is that it? Okay, we'll see. Boom. It's too small. I have to wait for it. People, this is absolutely friggin' new. Do you understand me? It is absolutely new. Why is that? Well, that's the nature of prophetic revelation. Do you understand? Do you understand? It's been hidden. It's been hidden, and it has to be uncovered. Oh, God. We are uncovering her again tonight, and here is who she is. This is what we have. You'll notice the name Israel up front. And what are these people focusing on? Right? What are the monists that are writing the text? The overwhelming majority of the population in Hellenistic Alexandria, this is quackery to them, right? They've all gone to the schools, the gymnasia. They're all educated in Greek. Do you understand that? Oh my God. Right? This is the sect, the monist sect. Look at the three words. Damalan, Puran, Amamon. Do you like that? Damalan, Puran, Amamon. Damalan, Puran. Oh, I missed the accent. Damn it. I missed the accent in the middle. Damalan, Puran, Amamon. Oh, there we go. There we go. Gorgeous. What does that all mean? There is your red heifer who is without any sort of blemish. Do you understand? Pure. Immaculate, baby. Immaculate. If you want to grab some dead Roman, some classicist who's a Latinist, just get all hyper. He talked about Romans. If you want to dig up a dead Roman who's got no taste and uses his Latin, you can say immaculate, right? Immaculate. Do you understand why the virgin must be immaculate? By the way, this weekend, the rabbis are having the auction for Mary Purple Fingers. Everybody is invited, right? Bring your Rabdon. Everybody's gonna pull it out. Oh my God, if she picks yours, you've got her. She's 12. She's fed by angels. She is pure. Now, turns out she may be pregnant. Have a good day. Fantastic. Where's our red heifer? Can you believe that? All of that, and they're out in the fields with a cow. My poor confused. These cows have been kidnapped. They were Texans. Suddenly kidnapped, taken on a trip. But that's okay. They'll be coming back. Yeah, that's what they said about the people in space too. You know what I mean? Right? I'm starting to not. Whenever you start voting for lies, all of a sudden the fabric of reality starts breaking down. Oh God, what is that? What is the word for the heifer? What does it come from? People, look at the verb. Look at the verb here. Okay. Take in, just look at, I know it's a ton of information, and you're probably not sitting that close to the screen. If you are, annoy your parents and just stick your head, right? Stick your head right up against the screen like that. Damazo. Oh, yeah. Right, look at this future Damaso. Oh, that's so nice. You can double the sigmas. The Athenians hated it. They hated it. Oh, it was a throwback from the people who came from the purple. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Right? These are migrations of people. These were called the Pelasgians, and they loved that sibilant. The Athenians hated it. Athenians hated it. Oh my God. Okay, what does this papal say? Of animals to tame, to break in, right? Okay, fine. Of metals to work, of maidens. How do you work a maiden? First of all, what is a maiden? That is that Cora. Do you understand? That is that person who is getting ready for marriage. That nymph. Do you understand? Wait, don't take it away. There's more. There's more. Look at number 3, to subdue or conquer. Right? Okay. Now, underneath that Roman numeral number 3, then number 3 of the powers of nature. Right? To overcome, to overpower. You know who gets overpowered? Those virgins. Those virgins get overpowered. And they get filled. Do you understand? They get filled. Why? Why do they get filled? Because they're vessels. They're vessels. Sacred arcs, baby. Oh, God. You're seeing the origins. We got to shift our cultural look. We're going to go into the area right now where an orange Hitler decided to what did he do? He held up the people and he said, look, you're going to give me half of your wealth for the sake of your, what did he do? It's a shakedown or something, isn't it? You know what that's not? That's not American. That's not American. And I am an American. Oh, God. Glory, hallelujah. Give them the red heifers, Damen. Give me the next one, Chewy. Give me the next one. Here we go. People, are you ready? Red heifers. Red heifers. Yeah. Good. No, I can't read it. We're going to have to wait. Love the mat, by the way. This one's particularly nice. I kind of like this because you don't know exactly. Is this a good thing that's happening or a bad? Right? Now, what kind of heifer, virgin, girl do we all look for in the oracular business of Jehovah, Yahoo, Hashem, and all of the gods who use the telesterion? Who do we look for? We look for someone who is momos. Do you understand? Somebody who's without this. And what is this? This is blame, momos, blame, reproach, disgrace. But look at number 2 underneath that. Blemish. Blemish. Do you understand? Peter says, who banquets with us? It's those who have stain, and they're not willing. They're not willing to keep it to themselves. They spread the stain. Do you know that oracle is perfect? Is considered to be in a stage of natural perfection. Now, I don't know about you, but if I had a school, oh, I don't know, say in the French countryside, I'm just going to fantasize. Can I fantasize for a little bit, people? Do people mind that tonight? Can you take it down? I'm going to fantasize a little bit. Project yourselves along with me to the French countryside, to a school. We'll say an all-girls school. And this all-girls school will take your child and will put her through a series of educational and athletic experiences where she will transform into her potential. We bring it out. Now, I'm sorry, but there's going to be a strict drug regimen. Do you understand? A lot of things that are going to happen. A lot of people don't like. She will be perfect. Right? Do you understand? Do you understand why the virgin heifer is so important? You will not have the rise of the temple or its telesterion until she returns. Oh, God. They tried. They made a calf themselves. Yeah. Gorgeousness and gorgiosity. Mommy, I'm uncomfortable. Timmy, it's okay, Timmy. You've been told a story long enough. What about Santa? Listen to me, Timmy. Listen to me. The methods that we use here are to enforce your understanding of one thing alone. Shut up! Yes. You are right. Lumiel. Sorry about that. Lumiel. Whips for Timmy. Exactly. Yeah. You're exactly right. Give me the next one, Chewy. Give me the next one. Right. Did that scare you? Really? Oh, I love that. I hope it did. I hope it caught you off guard. You know what I mean? I love waiting around that corner. Were we projecting ourselves? I think we were projecting ourselves, people. I think we just went into a deeper level. Is that what it takes? Little inception or something. You know what I mean? What the hell was that? People, we were supposed to be floating in the French countryside in an all-girls school. And this is the promise that we make to the parents. And how do they know that they deliver? That the school delivers. How do you know? How do you know that this college of priestesses delivers? Yeah. Because we provide the oracles. When you send your government ambassadors, you send them to our oracles, and they are spotless. Do you understand? Can you see the blood moon? Can you see the eyes of the oracle? Not yet, technically. Okay, Chewy. Don't get so... Chewy's very careful about start dates and things on maps and charts and stuff like that. Spelos, like that blemish that you have, the momos. Peter combines these together, and talks about blemishes, right? Notice that this word becomes the stain or impurity or vice. Do you understand what vice these oracles have? Especially the one that's yelling at Paul. Right? You've never understood that. Why the hell is Paul like? She's saying he's a Christ, right? She's saying he's a Christ, dude. Why is she yelling? Okay, back to the heifer. Give me the next one. Chewy, give me the next one. Until the heifer, right? Until she rises, none of it, it's going to make sense. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Right? Oh, God. Here we go. Now, what else do we know about the heifer? People, look into her eyes. What is she? She's puros. She's puros. I want you to look at A, flame colored. Right now, this is the thing. All classicists know. Ancient Greek, over the 2,000-year period that we look at it, the colors are like torture. Okay, they're like torture. It's terrible. So, can you just give me a red? No. This is flame colored, yellowish red, like the yolk of an egg, or the sediment in urine, as Hippocrates describes in airs, waters, places, because they're using that urine to diagnose, right? Look, look, look. Number 2, especially of persons with red hair. And then they give you Xenophon and Herodotus 4:108, which talks about the Scythian Genos. The Scythian Genos. Is anybody else getting closer to the heifer? Now, people, before we leave, the color, right? This gorgeous, vibrant, flame-colored heifer. I want you to see number 2 at the bottom here. Just look at the bottom. All right. And what are you looking for? Look at the very end of the first line at the bottom. And it says pur, then there's an F-looking thing. That's the digamma. Weos. Purios. You mean this virgin goes back? Yeah, before there was even a conception of a Moses, right? Before any of that, the tradition had already formed solid in the language itself. What is happening is that the Judaism, the monism that's developing in Judea, it is using the very same language. It is using Greek. And by the 1st century, Anno Domini, it's been that way for 300 years. Yeah. Fantastic. Not a shred of that Hebrew. Right? Outside of what you and I call the Septuagint or the Torah, there's not a shred of it. It's gone. It's dead. And the attempt to revive it is caught red-handed with the Qumran caves. What are the Qumran caves? It's Greek texts that are being copied into Hebrew. Oh, God. Right there. That's the problem, though, people. And this is throwing people now. This is really, people are dodging left and right. We have scholar from Haifa saying, oh, God, there's something called Jewish Greek. No, there's not. There's no Jewish language at the time. There's Greek. And there are people whose traditions go back to those Hebrew origins, who are speaking and living and loving in Greek, right? Sending their kids to the Greek gymnasia. Why are they doing that, baby? So they can be educated. What do you think? It was the monist sects that burned down the libraries, whether they were Judean or Galilean, whether you would say they were Jewish or Christian. Okay? Oh, God. Is it gorgeous? So where is this heifer? I want to see this heifer. Oh, God. You know I want it on the night that she comes. On the night that she comes through that eclipse. Oh, God. That time, the time when the light of the reflection is darkened, how it takes on a gorgeous, gorgeous red hue, almost like the yolk of an egg. Yeah, right? Oh, God. How dark were their eggs, man? Isn't that funny? That's what the question is. Now the next question is, what is an ancient Greek egg when you stick your hand right in there and pull out that egg? Isn't that how they harvest those things? No! I need the company to give me some more of the junk. Do you know what I mean? Oh, God, Burroughs is back. Look, people, I purged him today. I was like, no, I can't take another day of Burroughs. For those of you, I said, see if you can go a week doing this. I just want to issue a warning, okay? If you have gotten serious, and I know people have because they wrote to me and said they did, if you've gotten serious and you're listening to that audio of Naked Lunch, right? If you're sitting listening to that, stop, man. You may have to take a break. I had to take a break today, dude. It was starting to get to be too much, right? Carry that little dude around inside Oh God, is there a game? Does something happen every time I say, oh God, is there something? I know there's some kind of tradition that we need, people. You should at least come up with it. Somebody said recently, give the congregation something to do. Right, people, what is the tradition? We need laws, right, about when to do what and who, and do we spit now, or what do we do? Does this person take this cup? Give it to me, quick, before they recognize where they are. People, this source that I want to show you, is that the one? Okay. I want to bring you to the heifer. I want to bring you to her. Okay, fantastic, right? Here at the college, the reason that you want to leave your daughter with us, right, is that our program will result in the production of oracles that you know very famously every year. Right? People don't think that some gigantic embassy comes in and they want to talk to the oracle, and people don't gossip about what the hell was said, right? Those oracles are recorded. Who wants to be there? I want to be there when she's like that. You know what I mean? I want to be like, oh yeah, this is fucking it. Oh, I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said that. That was here. Anybody's watching, right? Who's perhaps not of a particular potty mouth. Right, pardon me for that. Right, shame on me. I would whip myself, but I would like it too much. This is Herodotus 108, 4108. I just want to read it to you. The Budini are a great and populous nation. The eyes of them all are very bright and they're ruddy. There's your red, right? They have a city built of wood called Gellinus. The walls of it is 3 3/4 miles in length. On each side of the city, this wall is high and all of wood. Okay, they're wood users, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, come on, man. Don't put it down. Just wait. And their houses are wooden and they're temples, right? And there are temples of Greek gods among them, furnished in Greek style with images and altars and shrines of wood. And they honor Dionysus every 2 years with festivals, revelry. For the Geloni are by their origin Greeks who left their trading ports to settle among this Budini. And they speak a language, half Greek, half Scythian. You know, that's not quite what it says, but okay. But the Budini do not speak the same language as the Geloni. Okay, right, who are we talking about, people? I told you I'd bring you these Scythian tribes, man. I'm going to show you the Colchian girls. Oh, God. If you want your girl, now, mothers, I want to tell you this. If you want your girl, you look, you just had your girl. You came up with a name. Some stupid uncle stumbled on a name that was half decent, and you were like, that's the least bad, right? And you gave it, right, to the child, and you're thinking, I don't want this kid to turn out to be anything but an ass-kicking, murdering Amazonian. I want her to be able to officiate at rites that are oracular. There's a lot of skill in antiquity. They went through. There's a lot of training, a lot of education. Right? And if you're a mother, this is the place. You're going to want these girls surrounded by Colchian virgins. And when I show you what a Colchian virgin is, it may scare you. Remember, we're talking about Phoebe. She's known for her not so gentle behavior. In other words, she's rough, man. She's rough. This is the rough, oracular goddess. Give me the next. Give me the next. Oh, God. How did we find ourselves? Because this is Herodotus. Look at people don't read it. People don't read it. By the way, Lady Babylon congregation here, I know that we are coming up on an interview. There's an interview that's going to be coming out that is the perfect illustration of exactly how you can take somebody who sells books and cut off their nuggets. Fantastic. It's gorgeous. You're going to love it. When it comes out, I'll tell you and I'll clip it and I'll bring it to you. Look, who are these people? Well, look at the structure of the Greek, kai glosse, and with respect to the tongue, ta min skutike, ta de Hellenike, chreontai. Now this, what does it really say? It says they're using, right, part Scythian, right, and part Greek. That's the tongue that they're using. So it is some kind of gorgeous. Now, shh, don't say anything, because we've been talking about Mother Greek. You know what happened to gorgeous, gorgeous Mother Greek? Herodotus stumbled onto this, right? Right, what happened? Oh, she had an affair. She had an affair. She had an affair with the hottest of the hot Scythian men that she could dart, tranquilize, and brutally do what nobody would want for us to mention on such a polite forum like YouTube. Do you understand? That's what happens to the boys. Oh, I was reading some of the other day. A couple of days ago, I was reading a source on Amazonian customs, and I thought, oh God. They encourage, right? The aggression is the feminine. Imagine if you took the idea of aggression and made it a feminine attribute, right? To be mastered by women, not by stupid men. Do you understand? Not by disseminators of seed, right? No, by the creators. By the creators. So if you're one of those mothers who knows what I'm talking about, and I know there are a lot out there, because that natural instinct of beauty, you can't squash that, man. It's always in us. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter where you are, what you look like, big or tall, doesn't matter. It's in there. You know it is. You know it is. Lady Aphrodite, baby. She's always there. Fantastic. Remember, Miriam, sister of the gang, the pirates, she is the prophetess. Did I forget to tell you that? Oh, wait a minute. You didn't know because you've been looking at the temple in Jerusalem through the lens of the rabbis, priests, and preachers. And you didn't. Remember, people? Remember when we saw Miriam in the Septuagint, in the Torah? And what is she doing? Says she's a prophetess. I'm not making this up, people. Right? They're cracking. The reason people are running, they're still running, by the way. We can't get somebody. Oh, God. No. I don't think the search is on anymore. I don't think it is, people, because they're all running. I think I'm just going to walk in. Look, I've got the Bible. Hey, where'd she go? Here. Yo, you monists out there, right? Those of you who like the new Bible, right? The monists who are on that side of the fence, I've got it. I've got her. She's mine. Look what I'm doing. Oh, do you like that? Is that SMR? Look at people. Look what I'm going to do. Look what I'm going to do to your Bible. Oh, she likes that. Fantastic. Right? And there's nothing they can do to stop us. Absolutely nothing. Why? Because all we're doing is showing them their own texts. It's glorious, people. Glorious. Back to the everybody wants to see the heifer. They're like, and shut up and give me the heifer. Right? Did you find one all in great? Good. Somebody likes it. Hannah loves it. Hannah loves the sound. Hi, Hannah. Love the sound. Oh, God. Some more of that? Oh, yeah. Doesn't everybody love books? I mean, come on, man. Okay. I was too rushed. People, I want you to focus on just a couple of concepts here. Look at the fourth line in, you're going to find a rhododactylos corva. You're going to find that rosy. Oh, God, look. Oh, I can't even. Rosy fingered Cora. Do you understand? Wait a minute. Are we back to resurrecting the Cora? Of course we are, people. Right? The heifer is the Cora. And what does it say she is at the very bottom? The Kali Keran Damalin. She is that heifer who has the beautiful horns. The beautiful horned heifer. Can you believe the Greeks had to come up with the concept of the difference between a cow that's got beautiful horns, cow that's got just okay horns, and a cow that's got ugly horns? Have you seen that cow? That cow's horns are ugly. Right? And what do? This is the beautiful horned one. Right? Now, if you know what horns are within cult, then you're set. You know what I mean? You're on your Bacchic way. There's one more thing I want to see. Oh, God. It's line 16, second from the top. Huset Abus. What is she? She is the golden calf. She's that golden cow, baby. Right? The heifer. She is the golden cow. Of course, when what you're building is a telesterion. Of course, and that's in the Greek people. They wouldn't have picked that up in the Hebrew. Do you understand what the Hebrew did? It took that history and just flayed it. It just flayed it. Left it there to die, pulsating muscle and all sorts of fluids. I'm fighting off burrows. Okay. All right. Are we there? No, not yet, because I want you to see what the heifer is all about. Right? If the people of the Temple Institute in Jerusalem want to find the heifer, let's bring them the heifer. Isn't it nice on the coincidence with the blood moon? The color of the eyes. I looked into the book and I said, not the AI. The AI is frequently wrong. I looked into the book, and what did the book tell me? What did the source tell me? The source said, she has that strawberry blonde hair with those eyes, the color of the blood moon, and the skin that is golden. It radiates the sun. Do you see the heifer? Do you know what they called her? The Medwa, the Medea. How many Scythian women did she have with her? 12. Right? Why do you think that is? Because we are talking about ionic life. Ionic life. The zodiac. And if you don't believe me, go to a Jewish synagogue and you're going to find zodiacs in all the earliest ones. Why? Because they're worshiping Ion. Ion is the cool divinity behind the condensed Yahoo. Oh, God. Yahoo. Hashem, come here. Let's spank God. Do we dare spank God's buttocks? Listen to me. As above, so below. And here you go, you nasty hoe. Ow, ow, ow. Yes. Oh, just the victory to be able to spank the butt of God. Oh, it's glorious. I love it. It's the realm, people, of the devil that matters. You can't hear, you hear the arrows hitting the force field. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, no, you don't. You don't even recognize the invisible reality. Oh, God. I got to show you these texts, people, because I need you all to put on your snow boots and enter into the mode that is the ultimate. Do you understand? We've got to go deep in. We've got to look into that magic, right? And what am I going to do? Am I going to have some teachings for you, or are we going to all end up in some place drinking some kind of drink together and doing ungodly things. No. Right? We don't have time for that BS. Right? No time. No time for the BS. This is the reality, people. You have seen me slay the exorcist. You've seen me do that. You've seen me just walk into a brothel and tear out its guts of credibility and show you exactly what's on the beating inside. Right? Oh, God. Oh, God, it's gorgeous, people. And how have we done that? Because we stuck to the discipline. And the discipline is the philology. Right? We're concrete. We don't care. Evidence. Give it to me. People, look at this term here. I'm going to throw a couple of terms. I want to brainwash you. Put your seats back. Right? Put your seats back. Grab your comfortable blankie. And for a minute, I want you to visualize the golden cow. I want you to visualize the golden cow. Now, when I say golden, I am talking golden as in golden Aphrodite. Okay? There's a lot of physics here. Don't get lost in the physics. Now, what is she? What is she? She's the one with the beautiful horns, right? That power within the horn. I want you to see it right there. And I want you to read this. Boom. As you're thinking on her. You're thinking on her. Catch this. What are we doing, people? We're putting together just slivers, reflections of her beauty. And we're creating that image. We're creating that eidolon. And I'm going to show you a text with the eidolon in it, right? What does this say? For Io, driven by the gadfly's sting, reached the flowery Nile, carrying in her womb Epaphus, child of Zeus. There she gave birth to him, ruler of the linen-robed Egyptians, abounding in exceptional honor. Yeah, and brought to light the mightiest lion among mortals. From it came Agenor's son. Who? Cadmus, baby, who in 7-gated Thebes fathered Semele. And she gave birth to Dionysus, rouser of Bacchants. Okay. And then we get a little bit about the choirs. Don't forget about the choirs, right? Because we're all in the middle of the mystery, right? Are they looking for choirs in Jerusalem? Nope. You are so far away from your telesterion, right? It doesn't become an actuality. Do you see what we're doing? Go ahead and take it down. Bring up the next one. We are in a world where I can sell you anything you want. Your beliefs all come down to the prophet. And why am I saying that so boldly and so confidently? Because the power of Nemesis is the power of creation. What did he just say? What did he just say? I am a person who is reading these texts. I'm telling you the reality of what they say. Are we dead? That's not what they're saying. That's what I'm saying. Chewy, what's going on? They're coming in. They've got us on their sensors. Throw them off with this. Yeah, that's a fantastic. People, who is this Cadmus? I just want you to see he is that one who produces the simile. Right? The simile. And what does she do? She in the lightning. Look at what this on the second line. Orsi Bachan. She gives birth to. And by the way, what is the name of the oracle that brings us this light? She who is the maid of birth, right? That oracle is that experience. Do you understand? It's that coming to life. It's why they all say born again. Do you understand? Look at the Bacchant. This is a special term. Dionysus is the one who urges on the Bacchants. He is that old Wanox. Final line, last word. He's that old Wanox. That leader, that lord, right? Of those choruses that he goes around with. Do you understand? This is part of the initiate. You mean all of this stuff always goes back to the, yeah, show him, bring on the Colchian. Please, people, please. I just want you to be a little bit of voyeuristic for a minute. Just put off your intellectual hat and take upon yourself the binoculars of a voyeur. Right? I'm not talking about some internet pervert. Right? I'm talking about a classic 1970s, early 1980s voyeur. Binoculars, right? Peeping Tom, baby. Put yourself in the place of the peeping Tom. Look at the first line. Oistroplex. What is Io, whose name is a shout of ecstasy? What is she? She is oestrus stricken. She is oestrus stricken. Okay. Oestrus stricken. Next. Yes. Chewy, you figured it out. Let's see if they figure out what the gadfly is doing in this situation. Right, people? These are very particular, the vocabulary here is so elevated, people. It makes me understand my English limits. Right? That's the beautiful thing. It wasn't just Athenaeus who was making fun of people by saying, look, you're speaking Latin. That stuff is lower than low. Right? It's Lucretius writing in Latin saying, I'm sorry that we can't get to the level that the Greek can. And he's apologizing for the insufficiency of the language. So don't worry, people. Don't worry. It's just the way the Greek is. It's not that everybody else isn't special, right? Everybody else is special. Latin and Hebrew and Aramaic and Oscan and Umbrian. Throw in some Celtic, some German, barbarian, mountain-dwelling language. And they're all great. They're all great, right? But they're not Greek by a long, long, long way. It is the Greek language that's facilitating this oracular system that is the origin of Judaism, which is why they're looking for a heifer that's a cow and not an oracle. If they'd listened to Noah, but they didn't. We're talking about the slaughter. What are we going to do to this heifer that we discover? By the way, the poor cow that they find from Texas, this poor Texas cow, man, I feel bad for her. We should name her Bessie. We'll call her Bessie. I don't know why. Bessie. I feel bad for Bessie because what are they going to do? They're going to sacrifice her, which is, again, a complete screw up. You can see the guys in the desert comping. Oh, God, what is this word there? The Greek. They're talking about the Greek. Oh, there's no word for this in Hebrew. Right? What do we do? Oh, man. Oh, we'll have to pick this, right? It's a joke. And here is another example of it. Slaughter of victims and sacrifices, right? Look at, in the very heart of that sentence is the Parthenos. The virgin. Wait a minute. They're talking about virgin sacrifices? Yes. And the Arnion. Does anybody else hear the prophetic mystery cult vocabulary? That's 2. Look at number 2. Generally, to slay or kill of human victims. You say, oh, that's it. I get it. It's to murder. No, as in Iphigenia. Do you know that Iphigenia wasn't killed? She was dedicated to the god, and she ended up in this sacrifice becoming the priestess, the head priestess of the temple in the Chersonese, where when people wash ashore, when stupid Greek sailors wash ashore and they're like, oh God, help me, they take them and they drug them and kill them. And she's the one that oversees the operation. And they make the purple. They make the purple. Do you want to see Phoebe? Do you know what we call Apollo? We call him Phoebus. Do you know why we call him Phoebus? Because of her. Because of her. She's the light of the prophecy. She's the light of the prophecy. Iphigenia was sacrificed and resurrected as a priestess. Give me the next one. Give me the, okay, fine. People, right, and people are going to start looking into this. They're going to be like, oh my, well, look, there's just a, what is that? Is that a gadfly? People, look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at how many little surfaces little eyes have. Does you makes me want to pinch his cheeks. Right? Look at that. Call me Lord of the Flies. I think they're pretty cool looking. Give me the next one. Now, ants, on the other hand. Oh my God. Have you seen the face of an ant? Whoever came up with the instrument that was able to take a picture of an ant face, that person should be chased off the cliff. You know what I mean? In a metaphorical sense. We don't need that stuff, right? Our minds. It was horrific. Okay, now back to the Bible. I'm sorry. Let's go. I walked into this joint and took a hold of the Bible. I got sick of the catamites. So many catamites just waiting for you to... Ladies, I'm sick of this. You need to throw it all away. Oh my God. Yeah, it's tiny. Can't read it. It's got to be blown up 1,000 times. Do we still have the... No, he's not there. Am I there? Looks like I'm dead too. Oh, I'm there. Okay, good. Fantastic. Let me see some jumping spiders. Oh, look, people agree. Look. People agree. Jumping spiders look horrific, maybe? I don't know. Maybe they're cute. No, they're cute. Or jumping spiders cute the other way around, right? It's the ants, man. Oh, God. I mean, I know they don't mean it, but holy mackerel. What are we going to do with the red heifer, people? Here's our Eliezer, right? And by the way, look at the top line. What is the other thing that we know about her? She doesn't have a zugos. She is not married. When I say virgin, that this calf must be a virgin, right? It's very explicitly stated. And they're going to sfaxusin her in the red. They're going to what her? They're going to do the same thing they did to Iphigenia. It's a sexy cult, baby. Right? It's a sexy cult. Right? Now, that's what's going to become of her. These monists that are there, right? What do they do? Notice that they have to find a katharon, top one. They have to find some place that is pure in order to do it, right? People, this is all based on oracles going back and forth, right? The power of the oracles. Once it was discovered by the Greeks, these things are incorporated. The only Hebrew that we have outside of any of the Septuagint, and I'm talking about literature and literary references, right? The only Hebrew that we have is in the Hebrew prophetess, who in Greek is prophesying. Right? The Hebrew Sibyl, you didn't know about her? Yes, she's part of the polytheism that is behind Judaism. Right? Judaism is that monist religion that rejects the polytheist nature and turns to a monad, right? And that monad always, it's not just Judaism or Christianity or Akhenatenism or, right, Otanism, I should say. It's not just those monisms, right? That will do that. This tendency, anytime that we go to that monadic place where there is one answer, there is one king, there's one thing to say and live for, and one thing for which you can be put to death. That world of the monad, right? People end up not liking it, and the reactions to it, they're very quick. They're very quick, right? And you can take the temperature of the air and what's going on around you. Can anybody smell the regality? Can anybody smell the tyranny? Oh, I love it. I love it. Don't you love that tyranny? By the way, people, maddening. Maddening. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? What do you want next, satanic congregation? What kind of madness? How far shall we go with the tyrant? To what degree can his thermostat be set? Right? We just keep pushing it. I love it. Give me the next one. It's hubris, people. It's hubris on his part and on your part. Right? You fed it to him. Right? Now look what you've got. Right? Right? The potential for the destruction of all. What is it? What is this place? Look, oh God. Okay. I want you to notice on the very top line that we're talking about ritual purification, right? Katharos. That's a ritual purification. These mysteries are concerned with places and people who have been cleansed, vessels that can bear the God, right? And what is the product that we are producing? This is from the Bible. What is the product that we are producing? We're producing the hudorantismo. Give me the next one. It's a hagnisma. The what kind of water? The what kind of water? Well, it is itself a hagnisma. And if I've gotten these in the right order, we'll see when it comes up on this end. People are like, what are we doing? Shh, just watch them produce the waters in the cult, right? Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Everybody after this, as soon as you find the Sphinx, right? You just have to find the Sphinx, right? Please, don't let her strangle you, right? Don't let her strangle you. You're looking into the mirror. You're looking into the mirror, right? You are performing expiation. Expiation next. Purification. Purification. Those waters are an act of purification. And all of that is being brought to us by that young of the species that is fruiting. Look at number 2. A boy, as in Euripides, Iphigenia, Aulus, surprised, and a girl or a maid. Next. Okay. Oh, you've got a picture. All right. So, people, I want you to understand this very, very particular maid must be returned in order for there to be any temple service. The instructions are still there, but nobody can read them because of the lie of rabbis and priests, bishops, popes, right? Patriarchs. Do you understand? Because of their lies. And I'm not the only one saying this. Julian the Apostate, the one we call the Apostate, which, by the way, is a really cool title. I would love it if somebody would call me the Apostate. Right, somebody did professionally, right? They said I was. You guys heard it. You guys heard it. You'd love it, don't you? You'd love it. First one to write a banned book wins. You know what I mean? Yes. Yes, Monist fairy tales. Aren't you sick of them, Brian? Aren't you sick of them? None of that comes from the text. It's all a lie. It is almost like you are in some kind of matrix that isn't real. It isn't real. Right? And the beautiful thing is, you can be freed with your own internal natural machinery, the brain that nature has given you. Love it. Let's amp this girl up. Let's get her. Okay. We've had her here at the Institute for how long? What she was right, not very old. She's only a couple years old, and they brought her in. What do? We're maximizing her potential. I love it. Next one. How are we going to get this heifer? Right now, they're like, oh, stop looking at the cows. Now, they think they're going to sacrifice this, right? They don't even understand when it talks about her blood and the blood and flesh meal. They don't even understand what they're talking about, right? But we do. And that's why bringing her eidolon. What are these people mixed up in? God is mad. They're doing something, right? And what is that something that they're doing causing? It's causing us to hear that voice. Oh, God. What am I hearing? I'm hearing that voice of those who bring that power of God through the wine. Bacchic, people. Bacchic. We are battling with Bacchic forces in order to establish our monist theocracy, right? This is the closest. It's the closest. Oh, it's gorgeous. Don't you love it? And everybody's afraid. Right? Everybody's right. Take a look, people. Just put everything down. Look at where you're sitting historically, right? Look at where you're sitting. Does anybody feel like we're on the down? We've reached the top of the hill, right? We're about to drop on this roller coaster, right? I think so. There's a lot of that. Joey was studying some history today and was like, look, Orange Hitler's doing the same thing as Lenin. Who's doing the same thing as Lenin? That's Lenin, right? If you have the history and you can see what happened when you've got that window open and you preserved it and sanctified that history. The most important thing you had, people, were your universities. They were the most important thing you had. You don't have them anymore. Harvard is a fucking shell of bullshit. Do you understand? I'm the one saying that. Nobody else. I'm saying that. And they're cowards. They wouldn't come and talk about the Greek. Why? Because they've lost the ability, the capacity. Right? Cowards. When you're selling things, your sacred mysteries turn to crap. Okay. It's not me. It's the system and how the physics of the system work. And that's what's so glorious is these Greeks, they figure out the physics and they talk about it and we can scratch our heads. You know what I mean? We're like, huh? Let me see if what did these people create? They created everything, including the guitar. Give me the next one. Right? We've got to give these people reason to live. Chewy. Right? I was over dramatic. You're like, I got my reason to live right here, baby. You just put your arm around her because I'm going to be in her thoughts. Yeah, you bet I am. Right? Me first. Love it. I'm just kidding you. Don't worry. Unless you're a pastor. Right? I do have standards. And there's nothing so luscious as a pastor's wife in a dream state. Oh, God. When you're free. You know what I mean? Look, people, I'm going to tell you a story here. And Chewy's got a couple of illustrations here. This is the Bible, and we're talking about Moses. This is where Moses stumbles into the congregation, and he sees that heifer. And what else does he see? A chorus, it's plural, chorus, choruses. There are choruses that have formed. Of course, there are choruses that have formed. That's how the oracular process works. Yeah. And Moses was pissed. And he threw out of his hands, I'm translating, threw out of his hands the two placards that he had with him. Yeah. People. Give me the next one. Oh, you got a picture. The very fact that you have a chorus should, if you've read enough of these sources, should zero you in on exactly where you are. Okay? You mean there are choruses? There are choruses of Hebrew people? Yes. Worshiping an oracle? Yes. And remember, the people who are writing this are Hebrew people who are educated in Greek and Greek alone. That is your history. Monism generates a false historical footprint. And what do I mean by that? When the actuality of the history becomes obscured, when that portal becomes closed and your museum becomes empty, you can track behind the history the imprint of those who push the reality, those who change and model. Those are the theologians. Those are the rabbis, priests. Those are the preachers. Those are the tent revivalists. What they always insist upon, number one, is closing the portal of history. The voice of the Virgin is the vehicle, the movement of the force that keeps open that gateway to history, that reality. We can observe that reality because of it. Her voice is central to our salvation. She is the Savior. Right? Do you understand? Okay. Red heifer, you didn't realize that much in the red heifer, did you? No, right? Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't, because you wanted the fairy tale. The fairy tale is so much more non-specific and non-anthropological and non-real. It just conforms better to my faith. Right? And you say, wait a minute, there's no faith in Judaism? Yes. Every monism has its faith. You must, because the physics naturally break down your beliefs. You need that faith to prop up a false perception. False perception. You must, when you rush in with Wesley Huff, oh God, he runs in. What is he trying to? He's trying to hold up that faith, because that faith is constantly at variance with reason. And the Greeks knew that. And that's why they trampled monism with their gorgeous language. And tonight I wanted you to see, by the way, what was happening, people. The Scythian. Now this is cool. And people who study the Scythian stuff, they won't know this, right? Because they don't really work with these texts. What is the Scythian language doing? Not only competing with, but integrating with Mother Greek. Do you know, this is the only language that I have ever seen able to keep up the pace with Greek. These two deserve the union. I don't care if it's something Mother Greek did on the side. I don't care if she went away for the weekend up to her mountain cottage and the ladies brought her the string of naked chained men and she picked one out and had her way with them. I don't care. What is important is that this Scythian language must be a hell of a powerhouse. And it's likely, oh God, I sound like a scholar. And I'm not going to say it's likely because I can't say for sure, right? All I can say for sure, hell of a language. Latin doesn't do that. Latin doesn't do that at all. Latin sits around and picks its navel, right? Latin sits around, picks its navel, while Greek is creating the world. Oh, God. Oh, God. You can tell, too, by the people who are attracted to it. No offense, people, but you Latinists suck. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. To all the Latinists out there, the brilliant classical philologists who did people like, yeah, okay. I'll think of some great Latin authors in a minute, right? Oh, you say Virgil, right? Virgil, right? There's one. I love to give them a hard time. Right? Somebody had the guts to propose once that Augustine was the best. Right? You know that's going to happen. If it didn't happen to me, it's going to happen to somebody. Augustine is going to step up and it's funny when they do that. It's funny. It's like, seriously? You think that is... Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. The best they could do. Give me the next one. Maybe that one. Okay, that one. Then here we go. Fantastic. Chewy, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time tonight. I know you're busy. Everybody knows you're busy. And by the way, people, this is all without any kind of merchandising, right? Now, the funny thing is, people watch this all the way through just for the sake of scrutinizing, right? Here's a dude who's actually reading the sources, right? Here's from the King James. I wanted you to see this crappy translation. This is the ordinance of the law, which the Lord hath commanded, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, where is no blemish, upon which never came yoke. Right? Fantastic. The next one. What's the problem, people? As I'm going to show you tomorrow night, which tomorrow night's is big because I found a hole in space and time, and you know me, I was like, look, what do you do with a hole in space time? You stick your head into it, you go right in, you know what I mean? And I found it in one of the minor prophets, and you're not going to believe what they've been hiding from us. And there is a Christ in the chapter, just to give you a little preview. There is a Christ in the chapter. This is Amos. There's a Christ in the chapter 4 that has been removed from history, deleted. Right? Do you understand? Oh my God. It's still in the Greek. The Christ is in the Greek, but Christ doesn't end up in the English. And why is that? That should make people mad. It should. But in order to support the idea that the Hebrew is the original, you have to sacrifice the Christ. In the 4th chapter of Amos, you have to sacrifice the Christ if you want to say the Hebrew was the original. And remember, people, if you can't say the Hebrew was original, you lose everything, right? This is a house of cards at that point. Oh, God. We have the text, baby. Look what we did. We took the text right away. Here it is, people. Here it is, right? It's all the Tamalan Puran Amamon. Now, people, give me the next one. Please remember, as we're focusing in on this heifer, please remember that it was the chorus that was the final proof that pissed off Moses. Okay? It was the chorus. This chorus is a unique process that we find among Greek speakers and Scythians. Look what happens. You know who those 12 are who were with Medea? That's her chorus. I want to introduce you. Here's a chorus, horos at the top, you see? And it says, Kolchidos de gas enoi koi parthenoi. Wait, parthenoi? Yeah, virgins. What kinds of virgins do we have here? Colchian virgins. And what are they? Look at line 2. Last 2 words. Machas atrestoi. They are skilled in fighting, in battle. Right? Do you understand? These are skilled warrior virgin Scythian ladies. And he says also these are the Colchians, right? And he says also the Scythians. He goes on to describe them being in Lake Meotis, right? Everybody will hear that, and some people will receive it, and it will be fantastic. Second to last line, eschaton topon. What is this place that these Scythians are coming from? It's the eschaton. All right. For those of you who are in, right, and you feel that go through and you feel the circuit was made and you came all the way through it, right? You hear the Colchian virgins. What do those oracles surround themselves with? Your daughters are being brought to us, and we are educating them. From the age of 10 to 20, they perform. That is their performance time. 0 to 10, that's education. 10 to 20, performance. 20 to 30, instruction. Everybody in the dojo who is 20 to 30 range, those are the makers of the future oracles. And what kind of courses surround these performers? Choruses of virgins. Choruses of virgins, people. What do you think? You sent your daughter to our school, right? Did you think we would protect them? I had a parent come to me. I don't think I ever made it out of France. I think I'm still in the French countryside, some kind of all-girls school. Did anybody ever tell you through me, the skin, about the parents who came in to talk to me about their daughter? Right. Oh, everybody perked up. What? Right. Oh, they came in. They looked distressed, first of all. Right. They looked distressed, and they said, the father spoke up first, and he said, I want you to tell me what you did to my daughter. And I said, I went through a Rolodex in my mind. I was like, what the hell could this guy be talking about? Right? Ta-da-da-da-da. Nothing coming up. I have no idea. So I look at the wife, the mother, and she says, ever since you started working with her, she has bloomed, and she has jumped into journalism and loves what she's doing. Has a direction. I said, wait a minute. I didn't give any of that, right? This is very simple. You provide somebody with the source, and they access the source, and it brings out in them the art and the beauty, right? Oh, God. Right? How do you nourish that student? Right? How do you nourish them? With the ghosts of the dead, baby. You let the ghosts of the dead teach them. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? And somehow you can take that girl. You can't do it with the dudes. You can take that girl. Sorry, guys. Sorry. And by the way, only 1 in 1,000 of you has the potential that women have, right? And it's not even true potential. It's considered like an altered sense. Yeah, you can become prophets, right? You can become prophetic, right? But you don't have that original lady sense. Right? So we're going to take your daughters, and we're going to find the red heifer. Yeah. And then we're going to dedicate her, and via the oracles, via their choruses, via our paideia, our instruction, our education, she is going to meet her greatest potential. And she will direct the affairs of state. Are you kidding? We're not going to listen to these fat, stupid tyrants, right? They're never out working, right? These rich, stupid tyrants. They're always stupid and rich. rich and stupid. Hubris. They all suck the teat of hubris. Right? These are the people we don't like. You know who all the villains are in this language of Mother Greek? Tyrants. Tyrants. Do you know what Mother God has told you? Tyrants. Watch out for tyrants. And you know how you know you're screwed? When you get a tyrant. Right? You know it, man. It's just correction. Don't take it personally. It's just correction. You do stupid things, bad things happen to you. Fantastic. Now, people will be like, oh, he's talking political. Shh. Shh. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. I'm turning up the mania. I'm turning up. Let's get a little more hubris. Just a little more. As a matter of fact, I want something there familial. I want it to go so deep that it reverts to a familial crime. Oh, God, do you hear the tyrant? People, how do I know that I can do that and it will happen? Right? Because that window to the history. That's the only reason. I've listened to the muse. I've read these texts. I've looked at them. It's gorgeous. I've seen these Scythian women. Oh, God, how much I yearn for the return of these Scythian women. Imagine, people. Imagine. Okay, sorry. I think I lost it there. I'm going to pull away, but not completely from the French school. I want to give me a couple more. I think it's this. Let's try that one. Get this one. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. These people are like, Amen, you've got to bring it around full circle, right? I try to do that. That's the, but there's only so much art you can affect out of what you discover is the real vein. Are you ready for the real vein? Io. Rietis aumetan talainan oistras. Eidolon. Look at the first word at the bottom line. Eidolon. There is our image. And what is the Io virgin heifer saying? She's saying, some gadfly Christ's me. It is an eidolon, an image. And she is afraid. You are looking into the right, and you are seeing the Christing on the second line of that Greek. And this is centuries before Christianity then picks up the term Christ and uses it as well. Right? People didn't see that. People, look, we came out and we said, look, Christ is a drug. And everybody said, oh, preposterous. Oh, my goodness. Right. Oh, he doesn't know what he's saying. Hey, look at him. He's crazy. Look at it. He's in his kitchen and he talks like he's insane. And I bet he's got bad morals too. I bet there's something hidden in that freezer. I bet there is. Right? And what do we just keep doing? Well, what is the Christ? Right? For centuries before Jesus, the Christ has been a drug and nothing else. And now people are seeing it. That is power. That is power. Oh, God. Oh, God. Can you feel it, congregation? Pick me up here, chorus. Where's my chorus of Colchian ladies? Pick me up here and tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel that power? Do you know what's going to happen? All those pastors, all of their wives simultaneously, I can just see all of them in a sea of dream. And here it comes. Here he comes. Oh my God. Does he possess the light? Is he the wisest of all that creation? Is this the serpent? Oh, it's tantalizing, isn't it? Oh God, it's so tempting. What did he drug that fruit with? Right? What did what did the devil drug the Eve's fruit with? What does it say he drugged it with? The eos that was that desire. Oh, God. You know, when you Christ someone, nobody believed me when I said, you Christ someone and you give them, means you give them a sex drug. You apply a sex drug, a Christ, a sex drug to that person. And I kept insisting, sex, 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 sex. And people say, dirty. You're dirty. Right? No, people, look, it's right there in the text, and it comes up over and over. And the fact that you haven't seen it yet just titillates me, because I know you're going to see it. And when you do, your poor little belief system and your little faith and your perverts is going to crumble. When you shine the light, Phoebe, do you know what they call that prophetess? They call her Phoebe, right? She's the one who brings that light. She's the light bringer. You want to be a light bringer? Do you understand why the tyrants of the world come and prostrate themselves before her? These are our students. Do you understand? These are our students. And you better not. Did you know these oracles can kick your butt? They can kick your butt. Seriously, you don't mess with them. They're lethal, dude. God, isn't that gorgeous? Let's go watch them fight. We can watch them fight in arenas. Keep going. Well, yeah, seriously, you didn't think that? Oh, you thought they were all dainty. Didn't you see what Phoebe was described as? Right? We know. Right? What is the Promethea? What is her form? Her form is that of the man stature, the man physique. What is Io struck by? Oistroplatoi demati. That fear. That fear that makes her parakopon. Parakopon. She is maniacal. She is entering the mantic phase of oistress so that she can become the oistromaniac. That is the Greek word. She enters into oistromania. The virgin. The virgin. It has to be her. Right? Fantastic. Otherwise, you're going to listen to tyrants next. You're going to listen to tyrants. You cannot worship a tyrant and the oracle, because the tyrant will tell you these people deserve it. Kill them all. Women, children, every one of them. The oracles will not let you do that. You mean when you let a 13-year-old girl enter into an excited trance where she is drug-induced to be able to produce an athletic performance containing a song that tells me the future? You mean when I do that, I'm going to find that those women are the ones that bring us salvation? Yes. You're looking at the virgin with the horns of the cow, right? Can you hear her voice? That is what this says, glues phegma. Can you hear that voice? That's the voice of the virgin. And because you don't want it, because you want the orange Nazi or the pasty Russian, right? Or the rotund North Korean. Do you understand? All of them. Or the dude with the little mustache, right? Flipping your Sieg Heils. Where do you sit? Where do you sit? Look into the mirror, boneheads, right? It's what Bacchic religion is all about. Give me the next. Bacchic mystery. I hate to say religion because people think faith. They assume faith right away. Next one. Good. Okay, so we've got two more, and in these two, I want to kind of encapsulate everything about this red heifer. everything about this red heifer. You know, it's funny, she's out there, but the people who are looking at the cows wouldn't give two shits if this girl walked by them on the street. Isn't that great? It's total invisibility. It's completely oracular. Prometheus. What's Prometheus concerned with? Look at the end of the first line. The oistrodineitu chores. The Cora who is driven by that Christing oistress. Why? Look at the second line. Because she thalpe. Now, thalpe is kind of a neat word. She literally rubs to the point of heat in order to be healthy. Okay, so rubs to the point of heat, heating something up. She heats the heart of God with eros. Do you know why Yahoo, Jehovah, Hashem rejected her, the heifer? It's because didn't want it. Heart softening, didn't need it. Do you understand? Oh, do you see the departure between the polytheistic, right, mystery and the monist mystery? Oh, God. There's only a couple of things I want you to see in this entire passage, right? I just want you to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, and I want you to say, me kriusa gentrois, right? Maraine me. This stuff's driving me crazy, baby. This Christing is driving me nuts. Look at the third from the bottom line. Pharmakon. Pharmakon for your parthenoi. Take it down. What you have seen tonight is the actual mystery performed with the purpose of raising that Korah. It is an old practice that depends upon the music of the cosmos. You will find no red heifers. Put aside your knives. Leave Betsy alone. You've missed the boat because of the great lie. Had you embraced Mother Greek, you would have seen it. Thank you for coming tonight. Hail Satan.
Do you like balloons? Here, have a bunch. It's Johnny, Dog Harbor Naked Lunch. Hecate of the darkest rhythm, bass, and drum. Something wicked this way comes. My fire goes right through on a broomstick or two, with a bag full of magic for you. Two, volume on loud, speakers on boom. Dressed to kill, license to